Most decisions are made long before they're spoken out loud. Most decisions are already inside of you before you ever take the time to speak them out. In fact, in most cases, you've already decided what you're going to do. Now is your time to breathe, take a moment, know inside of you that deep knowing, not just what you're going to do, but how to really truly show up in the way that you know you want to. Let's spend a few minutes today talking about that. Hi, my name is Steve Kidd. I'm a third generation minister, international best-selling author of 40 books and counting. Over the course of the last 40 years of being in business and a lifetime, literally my whole life, being in media and helping people be visible and valuable in all that they do. I've had the amazing privilege of working with over 5,000 people in the process of writing, publishing, but most importantly, marketing their books to bestseller. People that range everywhere from multi-billionaires to brand new startup companies, from a stay-at-home mom to an Olympic athlete, from doctors, lawyers, nurses who have their doctorate, all kinds of people who are just like you. They're just somebody who has a thing that they're massively, wildly passionate about. And the only thing that they do or are doing, have chosen to and decided to do, is that they are taking action. They've moved from the concept of being wildly, massively passionate to understanding the purpose behind that passion, how they can use it, who they can use it for. And they're now spending their time, their effort, their energy in doing exactly that. They are really, truly taking action and making an impact and making the difference. Today is Sunday. Today is a day of quiet reflection. For those of you that are listening live, today is the day of the conference championships. Hey, Sophia, I love the beach too. So glad to have you here with us. For those of you that are football fans, today's the conference championships, so last two games before we take a week off and then have the Super Bowl. And I know some people are looking forward to it and others aren't. Jacob, glad to have you here with us. Mr. Lesmello, hi, glad to have you here. And as we take this day to rest, relax, recoup, so many places, across the entirety of the country, across the entirety of the United States, are snowed in. I think we have about 6 or 8 inches of snow on the ground. I know down south of me by about, whatever it is, 4 or 5 hours, whatever that is. Down in Oklahoma City, they got something around the neighborhood of about 7 inches. I was just seeing on the news during breakfast that, there are places in the Northeast that are looking at, several feet of snow, and they're having as much as 2 and 3 inches of snow falling every hour kind of a thing. So it's a good day to stay in, stay warm, to take a few minutes and just really reflect on who you are, what you know, and what you can do. Classic, glad to have you here with us. Norse, thank you so much for being here with us today. So here's the thing. For most of us, most of the things that we say we want to do, or we wish we could do, or we're looking for answers for, deep down inside, we already know what we're going to do. We've been given the information, and I've spent a lot of time on my lives like this giving you deep information. We talked really deeply yesterday about how to turn that thing that you're wildly, massively picketing in the streets, excitedly passionate about into something that has purpose, makes a difference in the world, and really does it. And I've talked to you in times past about needing to have your clarity that you consistently share to connect with people. Clarity, consistency, connection. We've talked about that. We've gone deep into talking about how massively powerful reviews are for really getting what you do seen and heard and leading towards you getting paid. That, of course, means you need to have that book. You need to take your passion, find the purpose and who it's for, and then you need to put it in writing and in a place where people can get to it. But it's not magic. It's not like the movie, if you will, the movie Field of Dreams, where if you build it, they will come. If you write it, everybody will just massively. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're John Maxwell, who's have 150 plus books. If you're Terry Brooks, Stephen King. I heard Stephen King one time refer to himself, even though I think his stuff is amazing, refer to himself as the fast food industry of novelists. Um, it doesn't matter what level of reach you have. Every single last one of those has to market what they do. People have to know it. You have to have an intentional campaign for doing that. And we've talked about those kind of things. And over the course of the last several months that we've talked, and I've shared things with you and given you information and all those kind of things, there has been this calm, real proof and a sense of relief that's come over you. And maybe you haven't said it out loud, but down inside, you already feel that. You feel that sense of the confusion lifting and the understanding of what marketing really looks like, how to really have a landing page that truly works, meaning your book. A way to really truly engage with people, get them to know, like, and trust you, which is ultimately what we're going to do, what we need to have, if you will, before we buy from people. And that calm assurance has settled down over you, if you will. And I think deep down, you really already know what you want to do. You kind of really do know that message. You absolutely know what you're passionate about. You talk about it all the time. If you have teenagers, they probably roll their eyes every time the subject comes up because they know you're going to go off on it. You know that. And over the course of the time we've spent together, you've began to really look at, and you now have that calm assurance of, this is what it's meant for, and how I can use it, and who I can help with that thing. And what I'm here today to tell you is that really, the decision's actually already made. You already know what you're going to do. I invite you to let me help you. Yes, absolutely. You can write your book. There's a ton of AI things. I can absolutely tell you that whole process that we talked about, I spent about 20 minutes yesterday going through in very detailed how to find what you really, really need to write about. And if you took that, and if you wanted it, I've got some very low-end programs that basically allow you to use custom GPTs to further define that for yourself. And I'd gladly help you with those, or have a conversation and talk it through with you. You can DM me the word amplify, and I will gladly work with you on all those things. I'd love to, but you could also just sit down. You can sit down in front of like a Zoom, and you don't have to have the video on. Just start talking. Just start spewing the thing that you do all the time anyway. That passion, that deeply. And as you're saying it, as you begin to get to that point where you've said all the things that you just have always wanted to say, all the things that you do say, plus all that other whole other list of things that you don't completely feel comfortable saying out loud because you're not sure whether you really should, or sometimes it isn't appropriate for the group you're in. After you've said all of that, then rather than stopping the recording, then ask yourself, okay, how am I going to use this? What can I do with it? And who could it serve? How can I help somebody with it? And take that and do that. You can do that all yourself. And you absolutely, I mean, technically speaking, to self-publish on KDP, it costs you nothing. Your time. There are a whole lot of nuances of things that I can do for you to help set it up so that it's actually optimized for the search engine that is Amazon, but you could do it yourself. You could spend the time. Everything is time versus money. You could spend the time to market your stuff, to go out, to find people who are going to read, and then follow up and say, now that you've read my book, what did you think about it? And then follow up with them and say, oh, hey, you liked it. Would you go back into Amazon and write a review on that? And then follow up with them. You hear me say the word follow up several times. There's a lot involved in it. You can do all that yourself. Or, as I said, everything's time versus money. You can spend your time doing that. Or we've got the systems in place. Whether you want us to do the work for you, to help acquire for you 10 real, legitimate reader reviews. Glad to have you here with us. I am chaos, I guess is what that is. Whether you want 10 reviews or you'd like to have 10,000 in a week because you want to make a run at the New York Times bestseller list. Nobody can guarantee it, but I can tell you exactly what you have to do to be eligible for it. And we've got the systems in place. Whether you want 10 reviews this month or you want 10,000 reviews this week, we've got you. Obviously, the pricing's different on it, but we can absolutely help set you up and get you going at whatever level you're at. And if you said, hey, yeah, I'm ready. I want to make a run at the New York Times bestseller list. Show me how to be able to do 10,000, or, do for me rather, 10,000 sales this week. Okay? Help me understand the nature of why it's not guaranteed and how that list works and all those kind of things. But ultimately, I want my name on the Nielsen list. It's the Nielsen company that creates the list. I forget what the list is called right this second. That is what all, USA Today, New York Times, all of them are going to base their bestseller lists on. We absolutely can do that for you. And maybe you're just starting off, and maybe you need something really basic. Maybe you just need, hey, could I get a review this month? And maybe could I get written up in a paper or something? Could I get a place that writes editorial reviews to write an editorial review on me? We can help you with that too. Whatever level you're at, from $100 to $100 million, you know what you want to do. You can feel it inside. I'm encouraging you today. Take a deep breath. Stop for a second. Just let the decision that you've already made sink in. And then take action. Get yourself in momentum. The window of your opportunity is open. And this is the time we begin to choose our path. Take action. I'm here for you. Again, DM or comment the word amplify. If you can't remember or you don't know how to spell amplify, just put amp. Let's talk. I'd love to have a free conversation with you, just talking about where you are and what you can do next, and then upgrade you from there to whatever you can do or however I can help you to show up in this world in the way that you are meant to. Because clarity never rushes, but clarity is inviting you right now today to take action. I look forward to that. We'll be together again next time tomorrow. We're going to talk about the two paths that we have from here. And we'll take a look at the choices you can make and how you can do it. And empower you all week long in the choice, in the decision that you've already made. I know it's cold outside. I don't know about there, but here, we're having a heat wave because it's 6 degrees now. It was -10 earlier last night. So, we're feeling like it's balmy and warm and, stuff now. And I'm sure you're feeling that same way too. So wrap up, snuggle with somebody that you love. Have a great day. And we'll see you again tomorrow.